Dear video game studios, stop making any more online shooter games because I swear to God, if I see one more genre-defying hero shooter announcement at a game showcase, I'm going to lose what's little left of my mind. Like, seriously, every time, every single time, you sit down to watch a gaming event, you're hyped. There's the energy, the music is building, and then some cinematic trailer of these new upcoming games are being shown, and you're hyped. Maybe it's a sequel of your favorite game franchise, maybe a new IP, maybe a spin-off nobody asked for, I don't know, but then another game gets announced and then it's another online shooter. Okay, don't even get me started, let me guess. This one is different, right? This will rewrite the entire genre, right? This is going to be such a masterpiece, a game so good you'll spend hours and hours playing it, but let's be honest. No, it won't. Because me? Am I going to play it? No, I won't. I couldn't even be bothered because I just know. I already know that these games are going to be like the every other ones before. I already know it's going to lose 90% of its player base in less than a year, and I already know some community manager is going to post a heartfelt goodbye message on Twitter when like the servers go down, like we were all supposed to be sad about it or something. And yet, these game studios keep making them, and we keep watching them fail, and everyone involved seems genuinely surprised every single time, like they didn't see it coming from a mile away. Okay, here's the thing about live shooters. On paper, the logic makes complete sense. You make one game, you keep updating it, and instead of selling it once, you sell it forever. Battle passes, weapon skins, seasonal content, cosmetics. The revenue just keeps rolling in as long as people keep playing. That's the dream, and it worked. It worked spectacularly for a handful of games. Fortnite, Apex Legends, Valorant, Counter-Strike, those games cracked the code. And every executive and major studio looked at those success stories and thought, we can also do that. But like, that's the problem. That's not how it works anymore because those games already exist. The FPS market itself faces a major challenge around maintaining player engagement amid all the content out there. Players report having content fatigue because there is just so many options that their attention and loyalty keeps getting split thinner and thinner. Because you see, these people don't see a saturated, overly competitive market. They see it as an opportunity to make more money because hey, if they could do it, why couldn't they, right? So, that's exactly how you end up with... Okay, there's so much of them, but here's one of the examples. Concord. It was Sony's big bet, a hero shooter developed by a studio called Firework. 8 years in development, reportedly costing over $200 million to make. $200 million! That's like the budget of these games combined. Anyway, so when it finally launched in August of 2024, it had fewer than 700 players on Steam on day one. Not 700,000, 700. Then the server shut down 14 days later. Then the studio got closed down by Sony shortly after and gone. Yeah, that's it. What the fuck? And why did it fail? Well, the character design didn't help. At all. People were making fun of them before the game even launched. Because, like, when your first impression is getting roasted across every gaming forum and comment section on the internet, you're already in a hole before you even start. But honestly, even if the characters did look amazing, Concord was still cooked. Because it brought absolutely nothing new to the genre. No fresh mechanic, no interesting hook, no real reason for someone who already plays Overwatch or Apex to stop playing those games and download this instead. It was just another hero shooter in a world already drowning in hero shooters. Except this one wanted you to pay $40 for it, while everything it was competing with was free. They're like, boo-hoo, wow. Then there's Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. What the fuck is that? Rocksteady Studios, the people who made Batman Arkham games, which are genuinely some of the best superhero games ever made, decided to make a live service online shooter. Or more accurately, were told to. 2 months after launch, the game had less than 100 players on Steam. Not 100,000, 100. Wait, no, less than 100. Total. And Warner Studios ended up making a $200 million loss in that too. And just earlier this year, Highguard announced at the Game Awards 2025 to basically complete silence from the crowd.
Welcome to Highguard.
Launched, got a small curious wave of players, bled them all out almost immediately and shut down its servers 45 days after launch. 45 days. That's not even enough time for me to beat a single player game. Like, what the fuck? These games aren't small indie studios fumbling around in the dark. These are massive companies with massive budgets and massive teams, and they keep walking into the same wall over and over again, like they genuinely cannot see it coming. And oh yeah, if you're watching this and you're enjoying it, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button, because honestly, I'm just out here saying what everyone is already thinking. And it'd be nice to know I'm not alone in this. And also, since you made it this far, can you just randomly comment potato? Because why the fuck not, bro? Anyway, so yeah, I do get why they keep doing this. I honestly do. When a live service game actually works, it prints shit ton of money for basically a long period of time before it inevitably loses its player base. From the battle passes, skins, seasonal contents, the revenue doesn't stop. And that dream makes sense. The problem is, the dream already came true for someone else. Games like Fortnite, Apex, Valorant, those games already got there early, built their communities over the years, and those players are locked into those games. So, the pool of people left that are willing to play new live shooter games that comes out and be loyal to it are very, very rare nowadays. And those new games entering the space is fighting over scraps, and most of them will inevitably lose. Because here's the thing. The players have already moved on. A survey from Ampere Analysis showed that 34,000 players across 22 different markets found that interest in single-player games have actually increased 4% over the last 4 years. And then 50% of the players now say that they prefer single-player games, and that number keeps going up. Games in United States specifically, that number jumps to 65%. And the older people get, the people with jobs and money to actually spend on games, the less interest they have in grinding an online shooter. The audience is shifting, and the data is right there in plain sight for any executive willing to look at it. So yeah, dear video game studios, please stop making any more online shooters. Anyways, that's all for this video, folks. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.